Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be doing my 1 week postpartum update for you. So baby has arrived, which is so exciting. He arrived just over a week ago, so I thought I'd film this video while I have a few seconds and he's just sleeping behind me. So I thought I'd do my 1 week postpartum. I am going to be doing a labour and delivery story and explaining to you exactly what happened there, but it did actually end up in having an emergency C-section. So in this video I'm just going to explain to you my week of how I've been recovering from that C-section and sort of all my emotions and how everything's been going for the first week with our lovely newborn son. So yeah, I had a C-section that happened on the Wednesday morning. So I had the whole of Wednesday to be with my baby and to recover in hospital, and I also stayed in hospital on Thursday and we left Friday morning. So I had about 2.5 days in hospital just recovering and just making sure that everything was okay with myself as well as baby, so that we could go home and everything would be good. The first day I think was a little bit of a blur for me. I was so tired from the night before, and obviously the labour and the delivery and all that sort of thing, and also having surgery is obviously, it takes out of you. So I think the first day was a little bit of a blur. I was just getting used to trying to breastfeed, that sort of thing. That didn't happen straight away. He did latch on well pretty much straight away, but it took some time to get it much more consistent. There was a lot of crying going on his behalf when the latch wasn't really working, but the midwives at the hospital were really helpful with that and just really helped me learn to latch him on and the positioning of holding the baby. So I am actually thinking of doing a whole video on like breastfeeding tips that I found really helpful, and also things that I wasn't aware of, such as like breast engorgement when the milk comes in and that sort of thing. I think I might do a whole video on that on its own because there's a lot to discuss in regards to that. Emotional wise, the first day I was obviously very happy, had my little new baby, that sort of thing. I had to start getting up and moving around, using my legs again, because obviously I had a spinal, so my legs were numb for quite a long time, so had to do that and try and make myself go to the toilet, that sort of thing, making sure that everything was working. Same with like day 2, it all went really nicely. I did feel sometimes a little bit emotional, just very overwhelmed, and also because my labour and delivery was a little bit traumatic for me, which you'll find out in the labour and delivery story. I kept getting like the shakes because I kept thinking about it, which was quite hard, and then I kept thinking that things were going to hurt, and then I panicked because I thought I was going to be in pain again. So that was really tricky. On the Friday we came home, and I must say I did break down in the car. I was in a lot of pain from the C-section, everything was just kind of hurting, and obviously the car bumping was quite uncomfortable, and then I was also crying because I just felt, I don't know what I felt, I just felt, I don't know what I really felt, I can't really explain it to you. I just wasn't right, and I was just crying in the car, which I think my hormones had obviously spiked, and I was just letting it all out, and do you know what, it felt really good to just cry, so that was fine. Once I'd cried I felt great afterwards. So then we got baby home, so this was on Friday, and yeah, we just settled in, we took things really slowly. I stayed in bed for a few days because I was still really sore. I was still having quite a lot of pain in my C-section area. Obviously it's quite a big surgery, you're sliced open, so moving was really uncomfortable, and then I'd also get like tummy cramps, and I think, was it the Saturday, or was it the Saturday? The Saturday morning I believe, I woke up and I had like the worst like tummy cramps. I thought I was actually like in labour again, and I was just beside myself again because of all that pain. And I did have to call the midwife up and say, oh my god, what's happening. They did say to go into the emergency room if I needed to, but actually I just went to the toilet and all that sort of thing, and it all settled down, so I didn't go to the emergency room in the end, and that hasn't happened again since. I just think my whole body, because obviously your organs have been pushed up so much during pregnancy and that sort of thing, and then suddenly this baby isn't there anymore, so everything drops back down and everything's just getting readjusted, and I just think that my organs were just struggling a little bit to get back to normal, and I must say they're still not quite there. I still have a slight tummy aches and that sort of thing here and there, but nothing as much as that day where I thought, oh my gosh, I'm going back into labour or something. I've also felt quite down on some days, which I think is pretty normal. Just very, very emotional. I got very, very upset at the thought of my husband having to go back to work very, very soon. The 2 weeks that we have had together have been really, really lovely with the baby, and he's going to end soon, and I got really, really emotional about it because I just didn't want him to have to go back to work. He's still got a few days to go, but this was like a good few days ago as well, and I was already getting upset about it. Again, I think it was just hormones, lots of things changing. Definitely feel like I'm more hormonal post-pregnancy than I was pregnant. Like, I didn't really have any hormonal changes when I was pregnant. I had quite a nice easy run of it, and I think definitely after, since baby has been born, my hormones are going up and down and just trying to level out, which has been quite interesting. In regards to my C-section now, the pain is completely pretty much gone. I've still got my tape on, and I've got to actually remove that. I need to put some micro pore tape over it. I need to go buy some, and then I can remove the tape, because I said to her, do I need my stitches removed, that sort of thing, and the midwife said no, because the stitches are done internally and they dissolve, so I've just got some tape holding it together at the moment, and they said I can remove it within 7 and 10 days. I've left it 10 days because I just wanted to make sure that it was properly healed, and also that tape is really, really sticky, so I'm kind of afraid to move it, like to remove it, because I think it might hurt. But the actual pain around my tummy is gone. I feel really, really good. The only problem is now that I had a bad hip when I was pregnant, which I spoke to you about a lot, about not being able to walk and that sort of thing, and that has come back, and it's come back with a vengeance. Like the other day I had to like drag my leg, it was so painful, so I went back to the chiropractor with that, which did help a lot, but it hasn't helped like it go away. I've only gone once, I probably need to go again, which is what I did last time, and then it went away. So I think I'm gonna have to do that because I can't walk very well on my left leg at the moment, and it gives way when I put weight on it, so that's not fun. In regards to baby, he's doing so well. He has put on pretty much so much weight. Like, me picking him up now, I can just tell he's gaining a lot of weight, which is obviously fantastic. He's gonna cry now. He's also sleeping pretty well now. I've had a few rough nights where I couldn't get him to settle, and I didn't really know what to do about that. So I've had a few rough nights, but overall he sleeps for around 3 hours, then he gets fed, sleeps for 3 hours, fed, and then we sort of work that way, and that's been working really, really well. And I did struggle to begin with like the sleep, because I love my sleep so much. I love sleeping. Like, before I had a baby, I slept for like 10 hours a night. So at the moment I'm getting around 6 to 7, which is great. He's doing really, really well, because obviously I'm getting to lie in and stuff like that. So what we do is, like, his feed, he normally wakes up about 10:30 at night, and then he feeds, but he takes quite a while to feed. So I feed him, I change him, then I feed him on the other boob, and yeah, that works really, really well, but it takes like an hour and a half to maybe 2 hours to do all that, because he feeds quite a lot. He's a bit of a guzzler, and then I put him down, and then he sleeps for 3 hours. He wakes up, and then I feed him again. It takes the same 1.5 to 2 hours, and then I put him down, he sleeps for 3 hours. So I am getting a good amount of sleep. It's just that it's sort of split up, that you still feel tired, but otherwise I'm actually getting quite used to it now, and I feel pretty good in general, and he's doing so well as well. He has got a little bit of dry skin. You know, I think that's quite normal for newborn babies, having a little bit of dry skin, so I've been trying to get that moisturized, so it doesn't get too sore and that sort of thing. But overall he's doing super well, and we are just trying to get into a routine and just trying to get to know each other a little bit more. Obviously me trying to learn to be a mum for the first time, trying to sort of see what he wants and that sort of thing, and know what he wants, and that's, you know, it's just a learning process, but we're doing really well. I'm going to show you my tummy now. So this is 1 week postpartum. If you don't like scars or anything like that, because you might see my scar, don't look at this bit because you might be a bit squeamish or something. Just a heads up. So this is my tummy now, 1 week after birth. I'm also going to wear these, by the way, are the boutique pants from Always. They are amazing. I cannot recommend them enough because they're super comfortable on my C-section because they're so high up, and they're just really comfy. So I'm just going to put it down to there so you don't have to see my scar too much. But this is my tummy 1 week after birth. Not too bad, really. I was actually really shocked at how fast my tummy went down. I know not lots of people sort of have that experience. Mine sort of went down really quickly. I lost nearly everything apart from like 6 to 8 pounds of the weight that I put on during pregnancy and hospital. So I've only got 8 pounds to sort of lose until I'm at my pre-pregnancy weight, which I was really shocked about, sort of the speed of that. I know it doesn't happen for everyone. I'm just breastfeeding, I'm eating normally, not doing any exercise because I can hardly walk. So it's just the fact that that was what the placenta and the baby and all the sort of liquid that I was carrying sort of weighed. So when obviously baby was born, that all just went away. But overall, a really good week. I really hope you enjoyed the video. If you are new, please do hit that subscribe button on the right hand side of your screen. I'm trying to reach 1,000 subscribers. Love to have your help. And yeah, I'm going to try and keep you updated as much as I possibly can. Obviously with a newborn, I'm not sure how frequently these are going to go up. But yeah, I've been really enjoying my first week, and I really hope to see you again in my next video. See you later.